Hi, friends. Simon here from Informed Trades. Excuse me. Simon here from InformedTrades.com. January 14th, 2014. Here is our daily chart review. For those of you who are just joining us, this is my chart review, basically a way I see the charts every day. I conduct this at about 8 a.m. New York time, 1 p.m. GMT. Looking at the daily charts on about 20 or so Forex pairs. Just to recap, well, first I always start with any pair that I currently have a trade on for, and that I have a trade on for New Zealand Swiss. That's right here. Okay, now my trading has gotten off to a bit of a slow start, or a not so good start, if we're being honest, in 2014. This trade, as you can see, so I shorted here at the black line. My stop is the red line, and my target profit is the green line here. So we're pretty close to hitting my stop. Realistically, it most likely will get hit. I don't really have any qualms with the trade. With my approach, my win rate is obviously we'd like it to be as high as possible, but because I'm targeting a high reward risk, it often ends up being below 50% win rate. It still end up being profitable with that. 2004 off to a bit of a slow start. If this stop gets hit here, that will be my fourth consecutive losing trade to start off 2014. I'll still only be down. I'll be down less than 1%, so I'm risking little. That's one of the advantages you have with a high reward risk strategy. You can risk a little bit to get a bigger gain. So if you have a number of losses, it's not the end of the world. Of course, we don't want our drawdown to be well. Ideally, it'd be as small as possible and never go negative. At least that's the preferred. But if I'm down 1%, that's not the end of the world, and definitely something that we can recover from. Okay, so that's the only position I have on New Zealand Swiss, and the stop looks like it's going to get hit on that. So let's move on to the other pair, starting with Euro Aussie. Now, yesterday, we almost reached the key support level that I was looking at. And I thought I had drawn some Fibonacci, but let's do that. And let's draw it from, let's actually try it from this swing low all the way up to here. This swing high. We'll make it a little higher. Right there. You could draw it from the low there. Okay. So I'd still really want to see it fall a little more. It doesn't need to reach this Fibonacci line because you can also draw Fibonacci from here, the breakout here. And that shows we're clearly in that range. So I may go long Euro Aussie here if we can get a pullback to this level. I'll return to that. Let me see what other pairs are available at the moment. I don't think the candlesticks are the best they could be, but I could make up for that by putting a lower entry order. So I'll just jot this down. Euro Aussie, may come back to it. Okay. Pound Aussie is something that we looked at yesterday as well, something I had on my watch list. Let's see how that looks. We can compare those two to see if it's really time to short the Australian dollar. Okay, Euro Canada, we had mentioned this before. It was on an incredible run up last week. Now it's starting to reverse. Counter trend traders may be interested. I'd be more interested in the opportunity to buy the dip when the decline is over. So I still have a little bit of waiting to do. Euro Swiss, I may just stop looking at this pair altogether because I almost never trade Euro Swiss. But just for formalities, I'll take a look at it here today. It's in trade range. It almost always is. Euro Swiss is basically, it doesn't really move. It moves very little. Okay, so moving on, besides Euro Swiss, we go to Euro Pound. Okay, now we did get our pullback here. Let's draw some Fibonacci. Okay. So this is interesting. I do think, let's actually take a look at the 4-hour chart just to see how the candles have behaved a little more closely over the last couple hours. So here, now we may not get, this may be an opportunity that was really only available on the 4-hour chart. It would be great if you see this type of candlestick pattern at resistance, right where the 200 EMA is and a 50% Fibonacci level is. You have a number of signs to short, and you could short there, and it will be going in your favor. On the daily chart, though, we just had a big up candle and a big, or what seems we're in the middle of a big down candle. However, Euro Pound is something that I may come back to. Let's also return to this at the end of the video. So if we go long Euro Aussie and short Euro Pound, that's a little bit of a contradictory position. That one pair we're going long the euro, and another pair we're going short the euro. I'm not necessarily opposed to that. I do think it's important to know that you're doing that, and so it's a conscious decision. Euro yen. Okay, so we are pulling back a little bit. It's weird because there's no there's no real support level here. I mean, maybe we can find one on the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart, we go here. That might be the closest way of looking at it. Yeah, if we could fall all the way down there, which is still 350 pips away. If we could fall there, I think might be interested in buying Euro Yen. Until then, though, I think it's better to wait. When there's no support or resistance level to stop a market, it can really keep going. Oh, I usually don't look at the Norwegian krone, so maybe I should start. This is actually interesting. We're at the 50 simple moving average. Since I pulled it up inadvertently, let me just see if there's a price channel here. Not really. We could say it probably goes to here. And you have a little bit of a price channel here. It still needs to fall a good bit. So anyway, Euro and Norwegian krone is not really a pair that I trade. And the reason for that is I prefer pairs that are a little more liquid. Okay, Euro New Zealand dollar. This was one I got stopped out on recently. You can see the trade setup that I took. I got stopped out on it yesterday. So we'll just wait on this. I will now remove this so it doesn't hinder our analysis. Once a trade is done, it's good to learn from the mistake. If you did make a mistake, and then just sort of don't hold on to the pain. Otherwise, that will mess up your psychology for other trades. Psychology is, arguably the hardest part of trading. Getting that psychology where you're managing risk and reward in a rational manner. You're not getting too greedy. You're not getting too fearful, and that's what messes up most people. Okay, Euro Kiwi, nothing here. Maybe if it falls down to here, although at this point, I went long in my trade that got stopped out. Now we're clearly below these key moving averages. I don't think I'll be trading this for a while. I think what I'd like to see is, to confirm this is bearish, a break below here. And then maybe we get a break below here and a pullback, we can target all the way down here. So maybe there's an opportunity for a 1200 pip fall. However, I want to see this level broken first. Okay. Euro US dollar. Okay. We are seeing this is interesting here. Maybe a we are seeing some activity at this level. I wouldn't trade it yet, really. Um, hmm. If we can stay in this range for a little bit longer, if we can stay so that it touches, I think it'll take a couple more days where it intersects with the bottom, this trend line, and we're still at the support, and we're having these types of candlesticks, then I might be interested in taking a long position. Until then, I will, excuse me, pass on euro dollar. It's just not clear enough to me. Okay, moving on to pound. Pound Aussie. This is I'm really interested in this because we just looked at pound at euro to Aussie. Now here we see the same pattern. It did not come as close to this support level. So I think I'm going to put the trade on long euro Aussie, and we'll return to it at the end of this video. I don't know if it's going to get filled though, because it may not fall all the way to support. So we'll see. But I do think it's worth putting the order on. Pound Canada, still got to wait for it to fall to the support. Pound Swiss. Okay. This clearly would have been worth going long yesterday. I did not because I wanted to see how the candlesticks were shaping up. I did note it in my notes from yesterday. Um, let's see what the 4-hour looks like here. Okay. I think I'll also place an order to go long pound Swiss. And it'll be at this level. Let's see where the stop will be. Stop, I should put. Well, let's actually look at the 4-hour again. I'm going to assume the entry order will be placed at this black line. Okay. Now we're going to assume that the lows may be tested again, but here's probably a good level to put stop. Oh, not there. Let's see, not there either. Not there. Right there. The stop bar placement, at least for me, is a little subjective. You don't want to put it. It gets a little congested in here, but I think the market could fall to here, and I may actually enter expecting a retest at this level here, at this low. So we may actually move this down, but let's see what it looks like on the daily chart. Basically, you don't want to put it. You want to put it a good distance away from support. So here's a support level. And so it makes the case to enter here, and then we're going to get the pullback. But anyway, it gets a little. There's a support level here that's been identified, and there's also a support level here. So I want to put it after this one, but it makes the case that maybe I should enter this one. Let's go back to the daily chart, and let's calculate what the reward's going to be like. So we're going to target all the way up top here. And we'll make that green. Get a different shade of green. Okay. So if we did this, that would be 370 pips target and risking just under 100 pips. So that's agreeable. Obviously, we want the highest reward risk possible. So I think what I would do actually is move this down just a little bit. Move it down to here, basically. Okay, let's see, and this gives us a really nice setup. This gives us, we are now risking about 70 pips, and we are targeting uh, almost 300. So it's going to be about 4-to-1 reward risk with the setup on Pound Swiss. Now, I don't know if Pound Swiss is actually going to get filled. Because the market, it really went up today, so it may not pull back. But if it does, we'll be there waiting. And I'll have these trades and all the other trades I'm placing documented on my blog on informtrades.com. Pound yen. Okay, that is out of its channel, still falling. Let's see. We're seeing we saw this with the euro yen too. Still got a ways to go. Pound kiwi. Yeah. Well, this is similar in a way to the euro kiwi pair trade I just got stopped out on. The trend is a little unclear to me at the moment. So I just want to wait. Let's see if there's a different support level we can look at now. Here. If price can fall here, that'd be interesting. I can remove this level. We're still seeing a pattern of higher lows and higher highs. So, and the moving averages are sloped upwards. So I still think it's bullish. If you can fall here, but it's not very bullish because price has fallen a good bit and it's now below the moving averages. But if it can fall here, I may be interested in buying. We'll see. It's also, like I mentioned with Euro Kiwi, if we break out below these lows here, below this range, it's been in a little bit of a range from here. Actually, let's draw that range. You could argue that it's been in a bit of a range from, didn't want to do that. You could argue it's been in a bit of a range from here all the way over here. So you could say this is the range, maybe even push it a little higher here. So in this perspective, if this range is true, I may be interested in waiting to see if price can break out of the bottom here and then target all the way down here. And I had mentioned this with Euro Kiwi too. But we'll see. We still have a pattern of higher lows as well as higher highs. So you could argue, and the moving average is sloped upwards. So you could argue that the bull market is still intact. The trend isn't. This is an example of a trend where I prefer examples charts where the trend is much clearer. So I also did lose on Euro QE, and I don't want that to affect me too much. But I think that's something that we can learn from, is that the market may be choppier than I initially analyzed it as. So we'll come back. We'll continue to keep an eye on pound QE. Either way, there's no trade now. Maybe if it falls here, we can reevaluate a bullish position or on a breakout here. If it rallies all the way up here, I wouldn't want to short it from the top. Okay, pound US dollar. Still waiting. Gotta wait for the pullback here. Okay. Now let's go to the dollar pairs. Dollar Canada. Yeah, so dollar Canada, or Canadian dollar, is finally starting to hold its ground. It lost a lot of value last week. Now we're seeing it consolidate. This is actually this is the kind of thing that makes me want to become a counter trend trader, because this is a great short setup here. However, I need to explore counter trend trading a bit more, do it on a demo account for a little bit, and really refine my strategy, my overall approach. But for those who are already comfortable with it, that was a nice short setup there. Okay. Or excuse me, dollar Swiss. Nothing here. Let's see if it can rally. I did have my entry order here. It didn't get filled. The market just sort of went without me. Let's see if it can go back to 91.33. And dollar yen. Okay. Now this is interesting. We did yeah, okay. Um, you could make a case for entering here. That's what I'm trying to wonder if I should enter there. I think I would rather wait until the bottom trend line. I think this is jumping the gun a little bit. So it hasn't really even pulled back 50%. So I think I would just rather wait for. Now we are at a major support level, but I'd like to see if we can come back to this support level here. So I'm going to delete this, delete this. Yeah, and let's see if we can fall to that support level, which also coincides with a 61.8 Fibonacci level. Um, so, or almost coincides, I should say. So I'm going to still more waiting on dollar yen, all the yen pairs. Euro yen, pound yen had the same situation. Looks for more waiting. We're getting closer, so it is worth keeping an eye on and thinking about a little more. But I would like to wait a bit more. Dollar Singapore didn't get enough of a pullback, so that now rallied significantly. So I don't want to chase this. And if it doesn't give me the pullback I'm looking for, I will simply, pass on it. Dollar Singapore, skip that. Okay, so now we go to the Canadian dollar pairs. Canada Swiss. Okay, now I don't want to counter trend trade, but you could buy from here. I'm much more interested in selling from here. However, you could buy from here. And this is another example of an order I had on, did not get filled. The market just came in here and, after this candle, didn't give me a pullback at all. That's always a bit disappointing. One of the downsides of trading the daily chart. The 4-hour chart is much less likely to happen. You'll often get numerous shots, but with this approach of trading. But on the 4-hour chart, you generally need to be willing to look at the charts more. So that's sort of the issue there. Canada yen. Okay. We have fallen to the 200 exponential moving average. And this may be an interesting buying opportunity here. Let's just take a clear look at the charts. And delete all these lines. And there's clearly a support level here. Oh, let's use that to black. And are there any other support levels? Make a case of ones here. Oh. Okay. So you can make a case that we've fallen through support. I just don't find this level that I just plotted to be clear enough. We have some signs here, here. Here's actually the best, where it really fell down here. But I just don't see it. I see it as more of a choppy range than a clear support resistance level. So I'm going to delete this. If we can fall down here, and I'm not sure what happened to the 50 moving average. Oh. Add that back on. Okay. This is still a little choppy to me. Canada yen. It's you can make a case. We're at the 200 exponential moving average. You could argue that there's something of a support resistance level here. I don't find it clear enough though, so I'm going to have to pass. Um, and there's no need to force an opportunity. There's always going to be some opportunities, and or most likely there's going to be some opportunities. And I did see some earlier, even today, that I'll be placing a trade on pound Swiss. So there's never a need. I don't like to feel like I need to place a trade. If there is one, there is great. If not, then I will simply pass. If I'm not comfortable with it, that's fine. Um, okay, I think it's important to be honest with yourself, and that any discomfort is not just a fear of trading, but paralysis. But you just aren't clear enough in the analysis. Okay, those are the Canadian dollar pairs. Now we can move on to the Australian dollar pairs. Aussie CAD. Okay, this is another. It's sort of, I was looking to short at this level, but it just broke right through this. I didn't get a chance. Um, Now we have a reversal candlestick here, right at the 200 EMA. Let's see what it looks like on the weekly chart. Trying to see if there's really justification for drawing a support resistance. No. Resistance level there. You could draw, the weekly is a little bit clearer. You can definitely draw one here. And I think I would really prefer to see price. Now this is a great, this comes up to the moving average confluence, and we have a reversal candlestick here. So you could make a case of short the weekly from here and possibly target all the way down here. Or even here, it'd still end up being 500 pips. Now, does this? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so I could short here. Let's see what it looks like on the daily chart. I'm going to delete this line. Okay, I may be actually shorting Aussie CAD here as well. So let's just take a look at the logic here. If we look at the weekly chart, okay, you can see price clearly reacted here and reacted significantly. Came here, bounced all the way down. From here, um, then it went back here, and it kind of rallied from here. This is a little choppy. It's not the clearest case, but I think you can make a case that the market also respects this level as a support level. So here it's treated as resistance. It sort of acts as a support level here. 3 tests, 1, 2, 3, and the market went higher. Now we did have some penetrations here, but ultimately we all see those long wicks. Bulls did step in to defend. So there's some signs that this is support level here. This is much clearer resistance. The market came here, and then boom, all the sellers came in and pushed it down. Now here, this black line here is the clearer, is also a clearer. We have this support level defended again, and then now it's resistance here. So I do really like this level here. However, that doesn't invalidate this potential level, especially when we have moving average confluence here, 50 and 200 EMA, and this reversal candlestick. Now, that's the weekly chart. On the daily chart, okay, I think I will try shorting here, and I'll try putting the stop, say right here. Okay, and we will target. So we are risking here. What's that? About 70 pips. And we can target at least here. And we'll fix the color of that here. And we will turn that green. Okay, so we're risking what's that? 70 pips? Yeah, 70 pips, and we are targeting, or we are looking to gain 430 pips. So that gives us a reward to risk of about 6 to 1, which is, I mean, I love that. If I can legitimately see a 6 to 1 reward risk opportunity, I am thrilled. Um, so I will be shorting Aussie CAD here. Okay. And let's continue looking at other pairs. So far we've identified 2 trades, long pound Swiss, short Aussie CAD. And we'll return also to Euro pound and Euro Aussie. I still got that on my to-do list. Return to those pairs. Aussie Swiss. Nothing really here. You do have this. Well, I shouldn't say that. This setup, yeah, I mean, actually, Aussie Swiss again. So now I have to decide how many Australian dollar pairs I really want. Euro Aussie, I don't think I will do that one. I think I will go with Aussie CAD and Aussie Swiss. And I was long Euro dollar. I'm short Aussie CAD and short Aussie Swiss. So I don't want more than 2 short Australian dollar positions for diversification purposes. So we'll short Aussie Canada, short Aussie Swiss. Here's the setup. Um, and I identified, I feel a little good about this because I identified last week that this week would be the opportunity or the week to look to short Australian dollar. So that's one of the things I like about trading on the daily chart. You can really see things over time. You can see an opportunity coming. Now, often you will put an entry order on it, it won't get filled, at least with my swing trading approach. But overall, in my lifestyle, which is the most important thing. Also, yen still in that range. I definitely we drew something similar on what was it, pound kiwi. With that one I may reevaluate that range. With Aussie yen, that I really want to wait for this to break out of that range. Uh, Aussie kiwi. Okay, and this says left without us. So it's moving. Let's see if how it continues. Aussie US dollar. This is also a potential short opportunity. However, I don't think it's as good as the ones we identified already. So let's see if market also still has to rally all the way up to here, 91.06. So we're still about 150 pips away, 130 pips. So we'll see. The other ones are ready. Aussie CAD and Aussie Swiss are more ready now. Aussie US dollar may be ready. I don't know if it's going to complete the pullback because we already have a nice red candle here. So if it doesn't complete the pullback, then I wouldn't enter. If it does complete the pullback, it may take a few more days later in the week. So it may be something later in the week. We'll see how the trades I have on are placed and where the price on Aussie dollar is. Okay, now. Last but not least, the New Zealand pairs. New Zealand dollar has been not good to me this year so far in January of 2014. However, that doesn't mean it's something to avoid. You just need to continue analyzing it rationally. Okay, Canadian dollar, look at this. This would have been such a great trade to be in on. Just keeps going up. Now, Canadian dollar is starting to find its floor against all the other pairs, but against New Zealand dollar, it keeps going. So that's actually interesting, and perhaps a testament to the strength of New Zealand dollar, which I've learned the hard way the past week or so. But let's see, New Zealand Swiss. Yeah, this is the trade. I probably got stopped out already. I'll check my trading account. So we'll see. Maybe this may be another one to wait for it to start heading south, and it may be times. This may just be too much of a range for me, really. But in any event, New Zealand Swiss, I got stopped out on that. So let's see, or it looks like I got stopped out. This got touched. Very close getting stopped out. Nothing to do in any event on this pair just yet. Tomorrow I'll probably clear, or once the trade gets, if it gets stopped out, I will clear the lines and we will take it from there. Look at it fresh. Kiwi yen, this is still also going strong, going up. So the yen is showing, is gaining value, and the euro yen and pound yen are falling. But New Zealand dollar, like we saw with Canadian dollar, New Zealand dollar is going strong against Canada and against the yen. So I don't want to short this just yet. The momentum is clearly up. New Zealand US dollar. Okay, so we did break out here of this triangle. We confirmed that yesterday. Now I just need a pullback of some kind, but the cue will be to go long. Now New Zealand dollar has been in a odd range. I found its price action a little tricky, but I do think New Zealand dollar is against U.S. dollar is a bit bullish, based on the current trend. Prices above these moving averages, and we broke out upwards of this consolidation. Nothing yet. Let's just keep an eye on it. Let's see how it continues. Maybe it'll break through here and then pull back, and or go all the way up to here and then pull back. So we'll see. So the two trades I'll be placing today are Aussie Canada and Aussie Swiss. Let me take one more look. Oh, and Pound Swiss. Let me take one more look at Euro Pound. I may end up placing 4 trades today, which I don't think I've ever done. Euro Pound, yes. So I'll be shorting here. I don't know if it's going to get filled, but I'll be shorting at this level. Where will I put the stop? Maybe right there. Target there. Oh. Target here. Okay. So that is 82.30. So this is 220 pip target, and we are risking. No, it's 120 pip target. This is also another great setup, 6-to-1 setup here. So Euro Pound. Here's the setup. I'll have these trades posted on my blog on Informed Trades. Shorting here. Wow, 4 trades in a single session. I don't think I've ever done that before. But the charts are, I will go with the charts and what they're saying. It does. I don't want to focus on the loss I've had. I did have 3 losses in a row, so that always, weighs on me a little bit. But I do think I'm being rational here. I don't think this is revenge trading or anything. I'm seeing legitimate opportunities. I'm more of a cautious trader than a risk trader. So if I were to go on a losing streak, my psychological reaction would be to be more fearful rather than more interested in revenge and risking more and getting it back. Of course, I think in this instance, I'm confident in my analysis and I'm maintaining a rational disposition. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to put these entry orders on pound Swiss as well. So I'm going to put this entry order on, long pound Swiss, short Euro Pound, short Euro Canada, short Aussie Swiss. So I'm going to put those 4 trades on. The Swiss positions are a bit contradictory. So I'm going short Aussie Swiss. Here's the, so I'll be short Aussie Swiss, but I'll be going long pound Swiss. So that's a little, in one instance we're going long the Swiss franc, another instance we're going short the Swiss franc. It's again different currency pairs, so I'm okay with that. But I'll be placing those 4 trades. I'll have it documented on my blog on informedtrades.com. That's about it. A little bit longer today in light of the 4 trades being placed. If you have any questions, anything you want to add, join us at informedtrades.com. Thanks and best of luck in your trading.